So HireBasis is now live. I expected it to be live about 2 weeks ago, but unfortunately it's only been live for about a week. And we finally started the advertising process to get users through Google Ads. And also we're doing other things to try to get actual employers on the site. So in this video, I'm excited to show you actually the site itself, and I'm going to show you the strategy that I have to get users on the site. So one thing I will say, I tried to do a YouTube ad and I went to a professional to make a video. He did a really good job with the 60-second video, and it's actually in a 30-second and a 15-second format. You can go to HireBasis's YouTube page and you can see the video, but here's the kicker about the video. So I spent $260 for the video, and it was worth every penny. The quality of the video is very good, and it's an explainer, informational, commercial video. Basically, it's an ad, but I put the ad up on YouTube, and I thought we're gonna get a lot of users because of this YouTube ad. Unfortunately, I think it cost about $70 just to have the ad up for just a 20-minute or 30-minute trial. In that short span, about 2,000 people saw the ad, and I got 4 clicks. Of those 4 clicks, nobody created a profile. So very quickly, YouTube ad spend is just out the window. It's just very quickly consumed. So it's not worth using YouTube to advertise. I'm going to stick to the fundamentals, which is YouTube Google Ads. And I'll just show you the site right now so you can get a basic idea of HireBasis. So here's the site. And it's nice. It's got the chart, it's got all the functions and features that you'd want on a site, that I wanted on the site. And you can see you can turn off and on certain skills tests. So this is, for example, having both the typing test and the English proficiency / critical reasoning test applicable. And you can just click on anything like this, and you can see some of the profiles that represent those quadrants and their skills scores you can find in their profile. So that's basically what we have right now. We have this find work page. We have no jobs yet on the site. I'm going to talk about that very soon. We have skills tests people can take when they create their profile, and you can even do a demo test on the site. And so you can even see what your skill level is. Are you substandard? Are you B-level fluent? Are you C1, C2 advanced English level fluency? Or do you even have something exemplary beyond that because you're getting a near perfect or perfect score on this test? It's designed so that 5% of the population of a developed country, English-speaking developed country, can achieve a perfect or near perfect score. So with that said, we got this site, and then we have other content on the site. We have an About Us page, and on the About Us page we have our video for the main commercial that I had made, the professional quality ad. I made a video about skills tests, skills-based hiring that is, and explain the process and the value of skills-based hiring. I made a video about employers of record. I put that on the site. And I also took the time to create a visual of the skills test scale. So you can see the percentiles and the bell curve of what the scores represent and what they mean. And I explain, if someone is in the upper level, it's someone who's like an honors level grad. someone who has a college grad is going to be represented by another color, and then another color represents junior college level proficiency, and then substandard. Well, I don't want to call it substandard, but I say below cutoff. And each level represents a different level of ability and different type of appropriate occupations and jobs that they may be able to have. And the chart itself has those cutoff points. I'm going to consider changing this so that instead of all of it being the same color, each strata will have a different color to represent a different level. So I'm not going to make it gold, silver, and bronze because no one wants to feel bad that they got a bronze. Instead, it'll probably be like green or something. And then above it, I'll make it orange. No one wants to be red. Red is like red alert. So I'll just keep it orange for the top line, which is anyone below the cutoff of 55th percentile. I'm happy with it right now, but there's a lot of small things that need to be improved and fixed, and the way things flow and move together, and just it's not worth really going into the nitty-gritties of that. Next is, how am I going to promote this site? Well, voila, Google Ads. Google advertising is what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend $100, maybe right now it's set up for $110 a day, which is pretty minuscule actually compared to the budget that my law firm is actually spending every week on a daily basis. This is going to be 7 days a week, whereas the advertising I generally do with my firm is 5 days a week, because job seekers are looking. This is primarily to find job seekers, and the ads are going to be running 24 hours a day instead of during work hours. So, because job seekers they could be looking at any time. And I have drafted some ads in the following regions. You cannot see this, I guess, but I'll just talk about it. So we have Southeast and Eastern Europe. So this is the entire Eastern Europe, Southeastern Europe region, minus the Balkans. And then there's Southeast Europe, which is the Balkans. And in that region, I have two different types of ads. One of them is going to be just English, and the keyword is simply remote jobs. And same goes for the rest of Eastern Europe. And then Southeastern foreign language, I was able to, get that information from someone who is able to speak Serbo-Croatian, and so it's in that language, and I have some key terms which I will have difficulty pronouncing, and the ad content itself is in that language. So finally, I have US. I'm advertising in the United States as well to get job seekers in the US. So no employers at this point, because Google Ads will not work to get employers. I just don't see how it's possible. It's just the way, no matter how you phrase it, you're going to attract the job seekers and not the employers. So the way I can get employers, there's two ways. And one is the quick fix instant way, and then there's the long game. The long game involves content creation. So I need to work with a content person who can do video editing and things like that, and make sure that it's a good quality. It takes time to do these things, and I don't have that much time. I can't just be stretched that thin. And then secondly, so that's the long term. The short term, though, to get people employers on the site, or employers to be, using the site, for example, would be to just force feed the site with remote jobs. So there's a website that listed some of the best remote job sites, and those remote job sites basically scrape from company websites that post their jobs internally. So I'm basically just going to scrape the scrapers, and I'm going to put it on the site. And a lot of those companies might not even want to consider foreign remote workers because they're not educated on the concept of employer of record. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start maybe I should hire somebody actually to do this work because it is kind of grunt work, which is to scour those sites and copy paste those job ads onto our site. We're curating job ads, and where the email address is accessible, or maybe even just provide the link to the other site's job posting in our job posting, and we make a clarifier for each of these ads by having a general profile on our site saying this is the HireBasis profile for jobs, and it is not a direct job posting that is on the site. You can find it off-site, and then we'll recommend some verbiage to tell the person like, I understand that you have a remote job, I am a foreign worker, and I am available for rates that are far lower or significantly lower than what your local, remote job rates are for people in the US. So please consider me, because the thing is the wages in the Eastern European region and the transferability of their skills to the US market is excellent, and good, very good to excellent. So that's the idea. And I'm going to basically, have their emails of all the profiles here, and those emails of people who have scored reasonably well will get emails from me or from the site, which is going to say, hey, there's some jobs on the site now, and here's how you can reach out to these employers. And I will basically release the hounds, I guess, just tell them, go for it. Go for these jobs, contact them, explain to these companies that you are really a high quality candidate. They'll go to the profile, they'll even hear their voice, because some of them have recorded voice messages about themselves. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. We have 80 users now. We started off with 35. So in less than a week, we got now 80. I think we're getting about somewhere between 8 to 10 users a day. So I think our goal, of getting 1,000 users, probably not by the end of the month, but we should probably get hundreds of users on the site within a month. And job creation, it may take some time, but the main benefit of once we start creating jobs through what is called the employer of record, like Oyster HR and Remote, is they offer referral fees, and HireBasis can actually become self-sustaining, hopefully, if we are able to create jobs and get referral fees, rather than even any monetization. I think that will allow the site to grow as quickly as possible. That's the plan, that's the idea, we'll see what happens. I don't need any congratulations or anything like that, because we are just getting started. I'm confident, but at the same time, this could go negative, we never know, or just very underwhelming, we don't know. It's just gonna take time. So basically that's where I'm at right now. Thanks for watching, bye for now.